Okay, so Melina actually asked me to tell my first con tale or something. I don't remember exactly how she phrased it. I still haven't slept. So my first convention that I ever went to was not an anime convention. It was a sci-fi comic and gaming convention. It was like a mixture of everything, and it was when they were still doing Mortal Kombat the live tour, so that was my main reason for going. I was 12. That was the shit back in the day. Even though the acting was atrocious and it was just a bunch of cosplayers trying to be actors. It was terrible. But I legitimately, Carrie Hoskins was in the show, and I have her autograph if anybody wants to buy it. Still in the Mortal Kombat Live Tour book. I went for one day, and as most people, especially kids, for their first con, I didn't dress up. I just wore normal clothes and put my hair up in a bun to get it the hell out of the way because I was going to be too busy walking through and looking for stuff. My uncle took me. We spent a couple hours browsing, and then we went and saw the show, and we walked around and checked out some artists and stuff on the way out. It was a very short con, and I was kind of overly excited too. I remember jumping out in front of a lot of the actors that I wanted their autograph. 12-year-old kid with AS, they're not going to know any better, so why bother stopping them? But the Sub-Zero, man, I will tell you guys, that guy was rude as hell. He completely ignored me, but responded to another kid that was like a boy my age, which just angered me, and I probably gave him the death glare, because as you know, another thing, most kids at that age that have some kind of neurological problems, they get pretty defensive when people do stuff like that. Let's see what else. What else? It's kind of a blur, but I just remember, I liked a lot of the art, and sorry, my hair is driving me crazy. It's like attacking me. I don't know if I have a hair tie. I remember enjoying the art, and I remember we chatted with some artists. The kittens have stolen all my hair ties. And the artists were all really cool. I didn't really understand at the time who we were talking to. It was probably actually somebody whose comics I read. So I've probably actually met somebody who's a badass comic creator or artist of some sort. I remember there were a lot of figures I wanted, but I was only allowed to get one. I think I got like a reptile figure, like the original Mortal Kombat little like 7-inch figures. And then I remember the live show being at the time great, but once you get older, you're just like, wow, that's terrible. I can't believe that I actually ever bought into that or liked it or went and saw it. It's just one of those things you do when you're 12, I guess. Let's see, what else did I do? I shook a few people's hands that were artists because I liked their pictures, but I honestly, again, I was 12. I can't tell you who they were. I just remember the pictures were really, really good. And I wanted to be an artist at the time, so of course I was excited to meet these people, no matter who they were. So yeah, that's pretty much my first convention experience. I was 12 years old. We went on a Saturday, browsed artists and vendors, went to see Mortal Kombat the live tour, which was just awful, and we went back through the artists before leaving, and obviously I don't know who I met, but I remember shaking the hands of artists and seeing lots and lots of really cool art. I remember seeing cosplayers too. It was before I really knew what cosplay was. I was only doing it at Halloween when I was that young. So even though I had made costumes from Mortal Kombat for Halloween at that time, I still had no idea what cosplay was. So when I saw these people dressed up, of course I was all happy and excited. Didn't have a camera, but I just had to tell them how awesome they looked. So the first time I ever saw a cosplayer, it was like a shock to me. It was one of those things where I was like, oh wow, that's the best thing I've ever seen. You know, at 12 you just get overexcited. Things happen. So that is my first con tale, and this was from Alina, so enjoy.